mind-blowing insights a human can have. We are larger than our thoughts. We can actually learn to pop out of our thoughts and watch them go past. Thoughts are a bit like Greyhound buses speeding through the desert. We can learn to get off the bus and then sit on the side of the highway in one of those fold-out camping chairs and drink a beer and watch the buses zoom by. From this place, we can also see the rest of the scenery, the beautiful wide open expanse of desert or maybe of green fields. And it's all very peaceful. It turns out we can learn to live here in this wider space. This ability is the beginning of sanity. So let's party. And by party, I mean let's close our eyes and do nothing much of anything. Okay, so find your meditation position. Eyes can be closed or half open. Start by taking a couple of deep breaths. As you breathe in, it's like you're stretching out your spine. And then on the exhale, that's the downward motion. So breathing out, really relaxing your face and your jaw, relaxing your shoulders. The exhale is sort of this opportunity to breathe out any tension, letting the whole body be relaxed if we can. And then from this place, we check in with our all-important meditative attitude. Easygoing, not super tense about things needing to be perfect. In meditation, we are realists. We always start with where we are. If there are sounds around us, well, that's just how it is today. If we feel restless or agitated or sad, well, that's just how it is today. We can still meditate. Meditation begins with the mature acceptance of what's already happening. Okay, so find a home base, something to pay attention to. Most people like working with the feeling of the breath, but it can also be some other body sensation, like maybe the feeling of the air on your skin, or the warmth in your hands. Or it can be an external sound, like the hum of a fridge, or distant traffic, or birds. Whatever you decide, choose something now, and then make a commitment to it. A commitment to stay with it, but in a relaxed way. So no strain in your face. You're just relaxed. Good. So the idea is we're just enjoying the simplicity of breathing, of being with our home base. And we're kind of getting into it, into just doing this one simple thing, letting it be a break. And sometimes as we do this, we get hijacked by our thoughts. It's like we're trapped inside this thought bubble, and we no longer even know what's going on with the breath or the meditation or anything else. This is normal. When it happens, try to get curious and notice it happen. Because as soon as you notice your thinking, you're no longer inside it. That's a superpower. We have this ability to pop out into a broader bandwidth of awareness. From this place, we now have a choice. Do I want to keep thinking? Or do I want to go back to resting my attention on my home base? So when this happens, make your choice and then recommit. The good news here is you don't need to stop your thoughts. they can still be there in the background, like those Greyhound buses zooming by. This learning is about how not to be trapped inside them. Good. So it's like a game. How soon can you notice yourself get hijacked by a thought? You notice it. You feel satisfaction that you noticed, like, oh, yeah, that just happened. And then you go back to your home base. Okay, so we've just got a minute or so left here. Remember, this meditation, we're choosing to fill up the space of our minds with the simple activity of breathing or feeling or hearing. That's our choice. And when we get distracted by thinking or daydreaming or whatever, we notice this, we pop out, and then we make a choice to recommit to the home base. Nice. And now let even that go. Just let yourself drift off however you want. Taking a break here at the end. The famous Zen master Shunryu Suzuki had a great line. He said, the best way to control cow and sheep is to give them a big grazing field. That's how we control our thoughts. We don't try to force them to stop. Rather, the smart move here is to notice them, which immediately pops us out into a bigger space. And then to just let them do their thing. That bigger space is who you really are. It's where awareness begins. And as we meditate, over the days and weeks and years, that space just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, you can open your eyes and re-tune into the visual world all around you. Welcome to your real inheritance. Now, go play in the field.
All right. Thanks for doing that with me. It will hopefully become a habit that you like to do, and that maybe you're like, it's Thursday, we don't have class, I still want to meditate. So remember, I have those meditation links that I put on ThinkWave, all kinds of different meditations from that are just YouTube links. So hopefully this is something that you can give yourself 10 minutes a day to just find a place of a little more awareness and calm, and really calm your nervous system, which a lot of us need right now. So it is Monday. So Monday we always do a journal write. So we do a journal write every Monday for the next, we have 8 more weeks left. So we're on week 4 today, which would be journal write number 2. So go ahead and find wherever you are doing your journals. Some people wanted to do their journals in a Google Doc. You could keep all these journal writes together, or you could use a notebook. So however you like to process things and do, really, it's like a free write. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to pull up our journal write number 2. And then I'll set a timer for 5 minutes. And remember, you are just writing whatever this makes you think about. You can relate it to yourself, to your past self, your present self, your future self. Just do a big free write for the 5 minutes about what this quote makes you think about. All right, so journal write number 2, here it is. All right, so this one's by Dr. Phil. And what Dr. Phil says is, the difference between successful and unsuccessful people is that successful people do the things that unsuccessful people will not do. So I want you to go ahead and write about that for 5 minutes. This is journal write number 2. So on your paper, you should write journal write number 2 and today's date, which is April 26th. And I'm going to set a timer right now. And remember, I don't read these. We're going to turn these in at the mid-quarter conference and then at our final conference for the quarter. And I just flip through your notebook, or you flip through your Google Doc and show me that you wrote. I'm trying to get you to write like a half a page. Any questions about this before I set the timer and get us going? You might write some little key things that you might want to explore in this 5 minutes, is like, Dr. Phil's not telling us what success even is. Success is up to you. It's whatever success means to you. And when people are like, what do you think a successful person is? And I kind of say, a person who has found joy, right? That's like our big point of how we want to live life. So whatever brings you joy would be what success is to you. Everybody has their own definition of what success is. So he's not saying like success is to own a house, or to get a college degree, or to have a family, or to win the Nobel Peace Prize, or to, it could be all those things or none of those things. It's what success is to you. So go ahead and start. I'm going to start the 5 minute timer right now and take 5 minutes to explore this quote by Dr. Phil. Ready, set, do your free write on this quote. Go. If you just joined us, here's a journal write for week number 2. Go ahead and do a free write on this journal write.
I think I did mine last week on accident, and you already graded it.
Is this, who's talking to me,
Yeah,
Doran?
I did. You already graded it too.
Yeah, you did the one from last week, right? About the Cherokee.
Yeah, and this one.
Oh, you did this one too. That's right. I saw it. Okay. Okay, so you get to chill for 5 minutes, or you could work on your Big Rock calendar. We're going to be doing that next.
Okay.
Wendy.
Yeah.
Was the Seven Habits thing,
Uh-huh.
the Big Rock was so. Are we supposed to be working on our second one this week, or are we still
We're going to
working?
set it up right after this. Yep. Every Monday, we always set it up.
Oh, okay, so the first one is due.
Yeah, the first ones we always make every Monday, we set up a new one for the week that we're on right now. So we're going to set up Big Rock week number 2 in a minute. And then we turn in by 12 o'clock tonight. I want you to share with me your Big Rock calendar from week 1.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yep. You got 28 seconds. Continue writing. All right, there's your timer. Okay, so that was journal right number 2. What I want you guys to do with those is you just hold on to them. So you don't need to share those with me, okay? So you're not going to share those with me until we get to the mid-quarter conference, which is going to be, that's week 5. Wow, is that coming up already? Oh my God, that's like next Wednesday and Thursday. We'll talk about that later. But if you're somebody who missed last week's, you can always go look on ThinkWave and do the same thing you did right now. You just set a timer for 5 minutes and do a free write about whatever that, it's like a reflection, whatever that makes you think about, okay? So what do we think about this quote by Dr. Phil? The difference between successful and unsuccessful people is that successful people do the things that unsuccessful people will not do. Does anybody have anything they want to share about what that made you think about? Anybody have? I know it's Monday and nobody wants to talk. How about we go into breakout rooms? That's what we're going to do. I'm going to put y'all in a breakout room because y'all will talk if I do that. So let's put you in breakout rooms with, what do I got today? I got 15 participants. So let's do 5. Okay, I'm going to create 5 breakout rooms. I'm going to put you in there for 2 minutes. I want you guys to share with each other any insights, anything that quote made you think about, whether you agree with it, you don't agree with it, whatever you thought about. So go ahead and join your breakout rooms. You'll be in there with 3 other people for 2 minutes. Join your breakout room. All right, your room's going to close in 26 seconds. So hopefully you got to discuss that quote a little bit by Dr. Phil. All right, I think we're all back. Anybody want to share what your groups came up with? Anything that you guys kind of discussed in there? How about, I'll just call on a group. Okay. How about the group that, I don't know. Brian, talk to us about something that came out of your group's conversation.
Oh, we were talking about how success means you're like doing, and you still have enough time to do things in your free time, and like traveling, and that you, if you want to get something done, then you're gonna find out how to do it.
Yeah. Good. So you have to do those things. So I like the part where Dr. Phil's not saying like what success is to anybody. That's your own personal choice. He's just saying that the people that will find that success, whatever it is for them that they've imagined. So think back to like your why are you here and the last answer you put, whatever that looks like to you. You'll do those things. Like people that will achieve those goals, that state of success that they want to be in, the only difference between those two groups is like one group who finds that success is willing to do those things, right? And most of the time we know what those things are we need to do. It's like, what's stopping us from doing those things? What's getting in our way? So just, I kind of tell people, I'm like, well, think about every time you want to blow something off that you should be doing. Anything that you put on your Big Rock calendar that's a priority to you that you want to schedule. When you want to blow that off, those probably are the things that really you should do, that you should be doing. And so kind of think about it, that's the difference between you being successful or not, is you're going to do those things. And some of those things are the hard things, right? They're the things that aren't just in our immediate comfort zone that we like to just go to. They're things that kind of push us a little bit. And so kind of those things that push you or maybe scare you or reach you, those are the things that probably will help you become successful, that will get you to whatever your goal is. Thanks for sharing that, Brian. What about somebody in, let's see, Jemiah's group? Hopefully you weren't in Brian's group. Jemiah, do you want to shout out about what your group talked about? Was there anything in there that you could share?
Yeah. So for like success, I put down, and like, it wasn't really my group talked about it, but like something that I wrote about it. I think that success is like basically just waking up every day and like doing something that you really like, going to work and like doing something that you want to do, instead of like, doing something you don't want to do. Like people pick jobs they don't like doing, and that's why they're not usually successful at it, because they go to work, not really wanting to do it or not wanting to be there. Or even with school, like some people start school and don't really want to do what it takes to finish school. So I think success is just, do something that you really want to do. Don't get into something that you don't think you're going to be able to finish if you don't want to really do it.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And kind of changing your mindset about what it is that you really want to do, and enjoying the process, and just kind of being aware and being there for it and trying and kind of taking it all in. Paul, what about your group? Did anybody share? Is there anything that you can tell us about that your group shared? Any summary you can give us?
I was in the same group, I think.
With Brian or Jemiah?
Yeah.
Okay, Aurelie, what about your group? Hi, Aurelie. Did your group talk about anything that you could share with us?
I was the same group as them.
Oh, you were. Okay. Madeline, what about your group?
Well, like I said, that people that want success, they will work for it, and people that just are like, it's like an idea, it's a thought, but I'm not gonna put in the work, are the non-successful people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's just really figuring out what are those things, you know, like I'll talk to people all the time and they have a plan, right? Like these are their goals. And then this is the plan to achieve those. And then you check in with somebody, you know, a month later or whatever, like, how are you doing on those steps to your goals? And it's like all this other stuff is getting in their way. They're not, and so they're not doing the things that the successful people will do, right? So a lot of that is just kind of hard work and hard stuff. So don't be afraid to do that hard work, I guess, is kind of what Dr. Phil's saying. He's like, do those, if you want this, you got to be willing to do those things that are going to get you there. And sometimes, like, I think about it, like, instead of saying, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do this, instead put your focus on what are you going to do? What are those things that you are going to do? And that's a lot easier than trying to tell yourself you're not going to. So instead of like, I'm not going to eat candy, I'm not going to drink pop, I'm not going to whatever, maybe these are things you like. Instead, you're like, I am going to, right? Eat a salad every day for lunch. I am going to go on that 30-minute walk with my dog. I am going to, so you just kind of changed your focus and do those things. And then, so if your goal was to get fit and feel healthier and have better nutrition, if that was your goal, then you would be successful in that if you were willing to do those things. Versus if you're not willing to do those things, you're going to be unsuccessful, right? So you can just kind of flip it. All right, cool. Thanks for sharing with me, you guys. That's great. So now let's pull up our Big Rock calendars. That we're on Big Rock calendar week number 2. And we set these up every Monday. We just are planning our week. So if you're in ThinkWave, you can go up to Big Rock calendar number 2. You'll see it under May 3rd because I always put in the date that it's due. So these are always due. We set one up on a Monday and then it's due the following Monday as you share it with me. So let's first set up our Big Rock calendar week number 2. So here's the link on here. And remember, I want you to copy this link and then so Control-C, go open the link and then copy it so that you don't write on this original one. See, somebody started writing on this one. That's okay, I'll clear it real quick. That happens. Okay. So that we don't write on this for everybody, I'm going to show you again how we make it a copy for ourselves. Oops, come on. This person was going to chill Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's good. They were going to work hard during the week. All right. So, all right, this one looks like it's all cleared off. All right, cool. So just go up to File, you guys, go down to Make a Copy, and then call this, I know it's called 7 Habits. This actually comes from the work of Stephen Covey, who wrote a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And this was his worksheet on how to set up a week that's prioritized by what you want in life, not just by things that crowd your week. So I would call this one Big Rock number 2 because it's week number 2, and then put your name on here and then hit OK. And now you'll have a copy of it. Was everybody able to do that? You guys with me? Okay, so what we're going to do is now we're going to change this week. This is for our week that we're in right now, which is the 26th. So April 26th through That would be May. It's going to take us through May 2nd. We're going to have a new month. It'd be into May. All right. And then here, put your name. So Wendy. And then you can go ahead and keep your same big rocks from last week if you like those, or you can go ahead and you can switch them up, put different ones. If you're like, no, I have a goal this week that I want to find an internship. That's a new big rock of mine. So if that was, you could put that in. So my big rocks this week are teacher, interior designer, mom, sister, health and nutrition. So you guys only need to do between 3 and 5 while you're kind of getting used to how this works. Nutrition. Whatever. Okay, then make your goal for the week. So what's your goal? So maybe you made your first big priority was school. So maybe a goal for you for this week would be to have all assignments turned in on time, or to join each Zoom, to start going to bed earlier so you're not tired during class, to focus more during meditation. Whatever it is for you, go ahead and type what your goal is. So by the end of this week, how would you feel good and accomplished in that role? All right, once you've set what your big rocks are for the week and you've made some goals, then go ahead and schedule your time. So like if I said, I'm gonna go to Eli's games this week, that's one of my goals. So when is his game? So he has a game today at 3. 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. So I need to leave at 2:30. So start scheduling your week with what is important to you. Oops. You know, you do school from 12 to 3, you could map that out. So you could use arrows. I'm just putting it in arrows when it's things that repeat. You can go under insert special characters. You could draw it. So like Thursday, I'm going to be at the school doing an open lab with whoever wants to come work at school. So I'm marking that time in.
Quick question.
Yeah.
What if our calendar looks almost the same?
As last week,
Yeah.
that's fine. This is your week. And if that's like your routine and you kind of have your routine going of what every week's kind of looking like, and it's pretty much the same, that's great.
All right. Thank you. I was just making sure because I didn't want like the same thing being on there.
Yeah. So a lot of times once you get it, like you're like, yeah, this is how I want my week to go, then that's your week, right? Until some things maybe change up or you want to add different roles or goals. Okay, and then up at the top here, I like to use this section where it says priorities to kind of remind us of what goes on at school these days. So if you're somebody who wants to come and work at CareerLink this Thursday, we're back open in the office, so open lab. You can come in anytime between 12 and 3 or for that whole time. Tim will be there, I'll be there. You just have to let us know by Tuesday if you want to get added to the list, so by tomorrow. We're going to have an assignment due this Thursday, which is you're going to complete a job application. So that's going to be due on Thursday. Do you guys remember what's due for Tim this week? Or does he have something you're working on now that's going to be due or that's already? Do you know what you're working on with him? Is he going to have you start probably a career assessment like the multiple intelligence? Does anybody know yet? So what you can do is once Tim assigns things, put in when they're due. So like for me last week, I had the student worker fact sheet that was due on Thursday for you guys, right? I try to make my assignments due on Thursday. So if you didn't get that done yet, you'd want to put that as a priority today. Put like student worker fact sheet, late, get done, right? So how I work, we've talked about this, but with assignments, oh, Shava, let me see, you have a question? Talk to me.
Yes. Do we have to have 7 rocks?
No, you guys, I want you to have between 3 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 and 5 is good for you. So how assignments work. So that student worker fact sheet was due last Thursday, right? And I got that from a ton of you guys. I need to start grading those. If you didn't get that done last Thursday, so I take a point off per day for it being late, and I don't count non-school days as points off. So that was due last Thursday, which was the 22nd. And so like if I got it and it was done on time, then that was worth 10 points. And then if, let's say I got it today, if you shared it with me today by 12 o'clock, then now it's worth 9 points because I just take off 1 point per day. Okay, so it would be 9 points. If I get it today, if I get it tomorrow, it would be worth 8 points. If I get it Wednesday, it's worth 7 points. And then if I get it Thursday, so it's exactly 1 week late, then it's 6 points. If I get it after that, it's worth 0 points. Okay, so I give you a full week late to do it, but a point comes off per day. Do you guys get that? Does that make sense? So if you're somebody who has a late assignment, oops, I did this wrong, student worker fact sheet. Just put it back on your list. It's not like that assignment went away. You still have to do it because we build each one of these assignments kind of builds on the next one. Just put it in, that you got to get it done, make it a priority. So I'm not going to spend any more time on this, but I will go through mine and finish scheduling. Like I said, I'm going to do yoga 4 days a week. Well, when am I going to do that? I need to go schedule it, or I'm probably not going to do it. I'll find time. I'll find all kinds of other things to fill my time besides what I want really set a goal to do. All right. Any questions on this Big Rock calendar assignment?
This is due today?
Yes, so you will share with me today by 12 o'clock tonight, your Big Rock Calendar 1 that you did last week. So so if we look in ThinkWave, each Monday we set this up. So like last Monday, we set up our Big Rock number 1, right? Where is that Big Rock number 1? There it was. So we set that up last week, our Big Rock number 1, and you'll see the date on it says April 26th. So that shows when it's due, which is today. So we just spent like the last five minutes setting up our every Monday we set up a new week. Okay. So we just set up this week, which is Big Rock Calendar number 2. And then you'll share with me today by 12 o'clock tonight, your Big Rock Calendar number 1. Does that make sense?
Okay, understood. Yes, mine is still somewhat incomplete. I think I just need to edit it a little bit and just align it with the requirements. But that should be
good. You should be able to do it. And this gets easier as you do it. And it's just really a way to manage your time by what your big priorities are. And you'll be amazed when you look back. Like, I don't want you guys to beat yourself up and go like, oh, wow, I said I was going to do all these things last week and maybe I didn't do them all. That's okay. You got another week, right? Like, it takes a while to make a habit. So if you said you were going to run, for 30 minutes, 4 days a week last week, and you only did 2 or whatever, don't beat yourself up. You did 2. So that's pretty good. And then you just add it again to this week. All right. All right, cool. Okay, so next thing that I want us to do, wait, let me add one more thing so you know what we're doing on Wednesday. Wednesday, we have a speaker from an organization called Computing for All. And I'm gonna just put that in, Computing for All. It's a program that does, like it says, computing. So it's all about IT jobs. They have a training program. I think they do coding. It's all kinds of stuff. They're going to come to our Zoom and talk to us about what they offer. So we'll be talking about jobs in IT. So information technology, computer science, those kind of jobs. We try to cover lots of different industries during this quarter. So anybody who's into IT or interested in that, computer science, you'll enjoy that talk. All right, great. So how much? Oh my God, I only have 8 more minutes. All right, y'all. So that's going to be my assignment for you this week, is to do this job application. So last week we started gathering all of our information with the student worker fact sheet. If you're somebody who hasn't done that yet, make sure you do it, right? You're just going to go copy this link, this Google link for the student worker fact sheet, put it in, and then you're just going to start filling out all the different sections. Oh, first you're going to go make a copy of it, right? So file, make a copy of it, and then you're going to start filling out this student worker fact sheet and then share it with me when you're done. All right. So this week, now we're going to use all the information, all this stuff that we brainstormed, all the different places we worked or volunteered or interned, all the skills we have, all the schools we went to. We came up with our references. We came up with like our skills, things we can do, things that are characteristics of us, like I am this, I am that. And now we're going to do a job application to see how having all this information in one place would be really helpful. So I'm going to start off, you'll see under job applications, I have a section, where is it? It is up here. It says job application quiz. So when we're in class in person, I hand out a job application to everybody, and I have you only have your student worker fact sheet with you, and then we fill out a job application during an hour class. Well, I don't have you all in class in person. I can't hand you a paper application. So what we're going to do is choose one of these 2 job applications that I have linked here under job application quiz. You guys could choose either one of these to fill out. But I want to start this little talk by showing you a YouTube on how to fill out the job application that will get noticed. So I'm just going to play this for us. And then tomorrow we'll continue this talk. I'll cover the rest of the parts. What just happened? No. Oops. Okay. I just had a YouTube on there and I think I just did something to it. Where did it go? Oh no. Okay. Well, I think I just deleted it. That was great. How did that happen? It's really weird. Why do I have 3 things on here? There should only be 2 and 1 YouTube. Let me see what happens if I can. You know what? I'm going to save this for tomorrow. All right. So I'm going to let you guys out a couple minutes early, and you're on break. You'll see Tim at 1:30. Think about if you're somebody who wants to come into the office this week, this Thursday, just let me know by tomorrow. I'll add your name to that list, and then I'll get this fixed right now with the right link to our job application video that we'll watch tomorrow. And if you have any questions, you can stay and hang out. I'll be in the Zoom for a while. But for the rest of you, have a great day. Enjoy that sunshine.
Have a great day, Miss Wendy.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Wendy.
Thank you,
Have a
guys.
good day.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Good day.
You too.
One quick question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to disturb. Will I have a moment by any